Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So it's not a coincidence that all of Eddie Reynoso's fighters have lost, and the majority of them have lost to a black American fighter. So he disses the black American fighters by saying all they do is throw one or two jabs, win the round, and then they just run, using the racial stereotypical talking points. Reynoso, he was doing this interview with Marco Antonio Barrera, and as he was talking about how the black fighters, all they do is jab, Barrera, he stuck his arm out, kind of like probing the way Shakur Stevenson was doing when he fought Oscar Valdez, because that's the fight they were talking about. They were talking about the Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson fight. Matter of fact, let me quote exactly what Eddie Reynoso said. And then I'm going to actually play the clip of what he said in Spanish. So Eddie, he says, then came Shakur fight. It was a dirty fight. You already know how the Morenos are. Morenos means the blacks. You already know how the Morenos are. They don't give you a fight. They throw a jab, two jabs, and you lose that round. This is when Barrera chimes in and he extends his arm and he says, and besides, he didn't let himself go. He was always like that. And the referee never called his attention, which is a complete lie because Shakur was getting warned the whole night for probing with the jab. And then Reynoso, he says, and he got desperate. Valdez got a little bit desperate after the 5th and 6th round, and the other one, meaning Shakur, ran and tied him up and made the fight really dirty. If all Shakur Stevenson has is a jab that he throws once or twice, your job as a trainer is to completely take the jab away, nullify the jab, because according to Reynoso's jab, once you take the jab away, that means Shakur, he has no weapons at all. That is the job of a trainer. How are you as a trainer saying all he had was a jab? You're supposed to take that jab away. You're supposed to tell your fighter what he has to do because of the jab. Remember, Gervonta Tank Davis kept saying all Ryan Garcia has is a left hook. And we seen what Gervonta did to Ryan Garcia with that left hook, right? I remember when Floyd Mayweather was fighting a tall, undefeated, really talented fighter. What was his name? Endo? His name was Philip Endo. Philip Endo had a great jab, and he was tall and rangy. Floyd Mayweather took his jab away by constantly catching him and timing him with the pull right-hand counter. If Eddie Reynoso was a good trainer, then he would already know there is an answer to whatever it is your opponent is doing. If you say he's running, guess what? When Mike Tyson was fighting, the majority of his opponents moved around the ring, quote unquote, ran around the ring. Mike Tyson beat them all. When Chavez fought Hector Camacho, Camacho did nothing but run and hold the entire fight. Guess what? Chavez won every single round, dominated him. And on top of that, for Eddie Reynoso to say, you know how the black fighters are, all they do is throw a jab. Eddie Reynoso doesn't have one fighter in his camp that can do anything better than the top elite black fighters. From Crawford to Shakur to Gervonta Tank Davis to Devin Haney to the Charlos, and the list just goes on and on and on. All of those fighters throw every single punch better than every single fighter that Eddie Reynoso trains. All of Eddie Reynoso's fighters have recently lost. The majority of them lost to a black American fighter. And they're going to continue to lose. All the black fighters do is jab. Man, if that's the case, if you were a good trainer, you should have the easiest game plan to beat them. If they're coming in with a handicap where they're only fighting with one arm tied behind their back and throwing nothing but a jab, that's supposed to be easy work for you as a trainer. But guys, the main reason why nothing that Reynoso is saying is making sense is because it's all cap. Because when you look at the actual punch stats, that tells you the whole story. Shakur Stevenson, he actually outlanded Oscar Valdez when it comes to power punches. Power punches are anything other than a jab. And as you guys can see right here, Shakur, he landed more than half of his power punches, 53%, landing 158 to Oscar Valdez's 104. Now look at the body punches. Shakur Stevenson, he threw more and landed more than Oscar Valdez when it comes to body punches. Shakur Stevenson was landing everything in the book on Oscar Valdez. Uppercuts, body shots, check hooks, one that knocked him down. He did everything better than Oscar Valdez. Go back and listen to the instructions that Eddie Reynoso was giving Oscar Valdez in the Shakur Stevenson fight. Nothing he was saying was making any sense at all. He sounded like somebody they just grabbed from the audience to come in and help Oscar Valdez. Give him some random advice that he knew nothing about. So Oscar De La Hoya, he believes what destroyed his relationship with Canelo Alvarez was what he told Canelo. He told Canelo he needs a new trainer. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and quote exactly what Oscar De La Hoya said. He said, "Look, I've been thinking a lot about exactly what happened and took place. Canelo said that I wasn't loyal, and I know where that comes from. I remember giving an interview and not criticizing Eddie Reynoso, but kind of like telling maybe Canelo can use a different trainer or somebody new and different that can show you different things, different techniques, just the way I change trainers, just the way Ryan is changing trainers. It only helps." So I believe that criticism there that I had towards Eddie Reynoso didn't rub off the right way with Canelo. So now I'm disloyal, and it's okay, it's fine. I have no issues with that. End quote. Oscar was also hinting that Ryan Garcia needed a new trainer when he was working with Eddie Reynoso. If you don't know what to do when a fighter throws nothing but a jab or he moves in the ring, then you're in the wrong business. You shouldn't be training. Everyone is supposed to know that if someone is moving in the ring, you cut off the ring. Everyone is supposed to know when someone is throwing a jab, you take the jab away. You can counter it with right hands. There's many different things that you can do. Like I said, go back and listen to the instructions that Eddie Reynoso gives, especially in that Shakur Stevenson-Oscar Valdez fight. Reynoso seems completely clueless. He talks like a casual fan that has never trained in his entire life. Even in the Mayweather-Canelo fight, all you hear Reynoso saying is, throw more punches. You know, it sounds like instructions from a Rocky Balboa movie. And this is the reason why almost all of his fighters lose as soon as they step up in competition a little bit. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.